Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Leveling Guide, and in today's episode, we're going to be covering the Facility Hub up to level 50. So if you did your homework and you got that starter quest done, go into your inventory, use the yellow gem to get here, or alternatively, you can go through Town Network. Alright, and we're going to swing right and knock out a quick level 10 quest, the Isatachi, just to see how this works. Directly in front and a little to the right when you spawn in, there's going to be a Mosswort Mucker. If you notice how I'm jumping to loot, that skips the bending down animation to pick up loot, so how you do that is you just jump and press R on the selected item, and when you get good with it, you can pick up like 2 or 3 items in one loot. Okay, so use your hub gem to get back, even put it on a quick slot for now if you want to. Nice, it's gonna net you a cool 112k with the Path Warden trinket on. Alright, so that's how hub quests will go, all the way up to 45 plus. They will increase in complexity, sometimes to the point that's kind of ridiculous. That's one thing I'll say about it, is it really gets you ready to play ACE, because if you can do these facility hub quests, like, nothing is really that much more demanding than that in terms of, you know, navigating dungeons and following these instructions. Alright, so if you're playing on the best server, Levistras, you can run out here to the west of Glendenwood, and you'll get an extra turn in for these other ice weapons. If you notice me jumping as I'm running, I thought I'd just mention that now. That's just like a speed boost technique that you'll see a lot of players do. You don't need to spam them because there's a little slingshot for a couple seconds after, and you can sort of time them, but yeah, it's just faster to jump in general. Okay, dope. And there's a few more custom alterations to the Facility Hub on Levistras that I don't exactly have a list of all of them, but if you ask Adventurer in the Levistras Discord, he'll definitely know. I know you can get Greenmire armor now to go along with the Yari, which is some really nice starter armor. Yeah, so as you're doing these hub quests, if you find some loot that you can sell, you know, look for loot with a good burden ratio, and then, yeah, you can upgrade spells and stuff periodically. And since I just got item magic, I'm going to hit up a level 3 item vendor and pick up these recall spells. These are going to come in handy. I should mention this vendor at the start of the hub. You can pay for level 4 spells if you need them. Or if you just ask politely, you can probably get level 7s from somebody. Yeah, people on Levistras are friendly. Someone might buff you. If you want to get some loot early on, there's a dungeon near Redspire called Ulthway Arcade that's pretty decent for that. But also at level 15, you're going to get access to these Tusker and Ulo dungeons, the Facility Hub. They're past the buff vendor, like sort of on the wings. And I really recommend doing all of these at the pace that you can. They can be hard at the minimum required level, but if you happen to get level 7 buffs, you can definitely knock them out. So as you're going through the main hub quest, if you get stuck in your progress, or if you just decide like that quest sucks, I don't want to do it, just remember you have access to these Tusker and Ulo dungeons on both wings of the Facility Hub, and some pretty good XP trophies with them. So the way these work is there's usually a couple spawns that drop their trophy item, the Tuskers and Ulo, either like near a service portal at the end of the dungeon, or some type of end room that you can check the maps on wiki. And just like dating an Android user, you'll get a green text when one is dropped. Alright, there it goes when it says the force of your killing blow has broken the tusk. Alright, now that you have a basic grasp of how the hub works, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit as we move toward 50. And when you kill monsters level 80 plus, you can find a lucky gold letter which you can exchange through this quest called Exploration Society Letters. So these are the best starter weapons. You just need one letter. If you're struggling to find one, ask. But if you're really struggling, you can easily get one at level 50 plus on Levistras, and I'll explain that in a second. now that we have our first weapon, Nato Matron Hive is also a great option. Alright, when you're in, it's straight, left, right, cross 2 acid pits, then it's a straight shot to the boss room from there. Alright, good time to talk about these dungeon maps in the upper left of my screen. That's Utility Belt, which is a decal plugin. And when you get it set up, it's going to be a little zoomed in by default. So what I do is go into the settings. Zoom's going to be at 4.2 by default. I recommend like 4.5 to 4.7. And then to apply the map change, you're just going to have to log your character out and then back in. Cool, then I'm heading to Ulthoi Chasm, which is a really great high value quest for this range. So it's divided into 5 layers that are 20 levels apart, if that makes sense. So we're going to try to knock out the first 2 layers up to level 40 plus. But I mean, even if 40 plus is a little too hot to handle, just completing the reward from the first layer is pretty good still for this range. Alright, and I'm showing a quick version of the layout of this first layer. It's not too bad to get through. Alright, and the note on the ground in front of each portal is what you came for. Alright, and here just make sure you hug left, not right, because this part is like ridiculously huge for some reason, and one time I went right and it just took forever to get back. It was insane. Alright, so just keep south in the same direction, ignore all these little cutbacks and offshoots and whatnot. And then right, the portal to the next level is level 60 plus, so we have to portal out ourselves. And so what I'm doing here is I just used the hub gem, and after you use it, you have unlimited range of motion, so go wherever you want to with it. The blue gem on my bar, that's my oh shit button. That is a Tusker gem, which at the time of recording is instant. But if you're really in trouble, the next best thing would be like a master mage or town gem, one that doesn't set your portal recall to town network. That way you can get out of a dangerous situation, but also get back into it if you need to. Alright, so if you've done all of that, you made it through the facility hub, you knocked out these 2 big quests, you should be at 50 plus, which is where we're going to pick up in the next video. And again, if you're on Levistras, there is 50 plus marketplace custom content that if you missed out on a lucky gold letter earlier, you can easily get one there, and I just ask in the Discord about it. But yeah, the facility hub can be a slog. I think the next level range, 50 plus, is where it starts to get really fun. Going to be getting more into combat tips and some advanced gameplay down the line, but really excited for these next few episodes. You guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I will catch you on the next one.